Dylan Mulvaney is blamed for losing $5 billion. And where Dylan Mulvaney started was Mormonism. Well, the Book of Mormon, getting cast for the hit play Out of College in 2015, and later doing plays such as The Grinch, Legally Blonde, and High School Musical. But Dylan Mulvaney's real fame came from TikTok, where early on she was doing behind-the-stage videos getting hundreds of thousands of views. But everything changed when she transitioned, announcing in 2020 during the COVID pandemic. Dylan Mulvaney gave people a public look at the transition process, doing her first video called Day One of Being a Girl, which gathered tens of millions of views, and it kept coming, where Dylan Mulvaney gathered millions of followers and billions of views. She also quit Broadway to focus on being a transgender influencer, meeting with President Joe Biden, doing podcasts, and making a lot of money off sponsorships. But the sponsorships were often met with controversy, with the first being Tampax, where the company hired Dylan Mulvaney to advertise tampons, which caused an uprising from people saying how Dylan Mulvaney is a transgender woman and due to that doesn't get periods, which made little sense for why she'd advertise tampons of any kind. But Dylan Mulvaney fired back on that, saying she carries tampons for other women who might not have one in the restroom, and Dylan Mulvaney believes men should carry them for women. But this caused anger from multiple women's groups, saying they'd be creeped out if men offer them tampons, and many felt the Dylan Mulvaney deal was just a gimmick. There was also complaint about Nike, who hired Dylan Mulvaney to model a line of women's clothing. But again, a similar complaint was made to Tampax, where Dylan Mulvaney was modeling sports bras for Nike. But Dylan Mulvaney hasn't had any work done to her chest and doesn't need the sports bras used for. And again, people calling in an unneeded ad. And next came the biggest controversy, Bud Light. Where Bud Light for decades had models known as the Bud Light Girls, which many women's groups called sexist, saying they're portraying women in negative light. And Bud Light responded to that by declaring 2023 the year of the woman. And to represent them, they hired Dylan Mulvaney to become a Bud Light spokeswoman. And this caused a boycott for Bud Light, with many upset they hired a transgender spokeswoman, not seeing it as a fit to the brand. And it also caused a stock tank, where Anheuser-Busch, the owner of Bud Light, lost $5 billion in stock value over the boycott. And the company had so much backlash they went silent on social media for 2 weeks. And after did a response ad marketing Bud Light as a pro-American product, citing American values in the commercial, which many called an appeal to those boycotting over Dylan Mulvaney. But Dylan Mulvaney wasn't fired, where the company has since said they'll continue both ads, and the boycott didn't hurt Bud Light, where Anheuser-Busch stock went back to normal quickly after, and even has risen $800 million value since pre-Dylan Mulvaney. And there's also no evidence Dylan Mulvaney cost the brand sales, where Bud Light didn't lose one store selling it over the boycott, and sales are expected to be higher than last year. And Dylan Mulvaney hasn't lost any work either, signing a deal to model for Maybelline and becoming the brand's first transgender model, which again caused complaints from some saying there's a difference in women's skin. And Dylan Mulvaney's skin isn't the same being transgender, which in this case that's a false attack. And all of this shows there's still a lot of controversy going on, and the transgender topic is a heated one for both sides. But for Dylan Mulvaney, she's drinking a cold one and enjoying her millions.